Go Guns, how are we all? Back for another week.
G'day. How are
Thought
you
we'd do
all?
something a bit different tonight, so you'll notice the
Have a look at
different
have a look at the
background.
new winter scene.
It was a bit cool outside, so we thought we'd get the fire going. I don't
Yeah,
know
we
if you
have.
can see it. I've put myself right in front of it to keep myself nice and warm.
We've both got the long sleeves on. We've got the fire going in the background. We've got the smoker fired up. We've got the old Traeger rocking behind us.
Now I'm just going to try and get us on the screen.
Now look, that'll always help if we can see what's going on, but that's all right. We're getting there. Hey, so how is everyone? Hope you're all well. I see that we've got a few people up already. I can see the numbers up there. Can't see the names, but that's okay. They'll come up soon. There's a couple of things tonight you'll notice different about what we're doing. And the first one is that you'll see a nice blue frame around the screen that we got there tonight, Al.
Yeah, no, it's a bit different this week. Obviously, it's a year to the day since the four
Police officers.
police officers unfortunately passed away. Or
Yeah. So this is just our little tribute with the logo there in the corner and a bit of a blue screen around it that we're going to leave there all night.
Yeah.
And just doing our bit towards lighting up blue for the night. So our memories are with, or
All the
thoughts
families
are with
and
those families
friends and colleagues.
All the best. So
Yeah.
Hey Travi, good to see you back, mate. Hi Shell.
Shell.
Hi Wifey. Good to see there's a few people out there. So thanks, Trav. Yeah, we've polished things up a little bit.
We're trying to. Yeah.
We have, mate.
Yeah.
We've got the beautiful fire going. We've
Tell you
got
what, it feels bloody good as
Oh,
well.
damn. You were worried about being too close.
I know, I was.
I'm worried about being too far away. It's awesome. Hey, so so that's how we wanted to open the show. And apologies that it's a bit somber, but we just wanted to reach out. So
No, definitely.
good on you guys.
Good, I
Hey, I'll tell you what.
What?
It's an unusual week this week.
Is it?
I didn't have any family birthdays.
You didn't, mate. But what you didn't do is you didn't ask me if I had one.
Did you have a family
I
birthday
did, mate.
this week?
Yeah, it's my cousin Mike Hoy's in the UK. It's his birthday today.
Oh, well, happy birthday,
Happy
Els
birthday,
cuz.
Mikey.
Good on you, Mike. Happy birthday for this week.
So I did see it in there, and I thought, you know what? I'm not going to say anything until.
It was a bit of a pee take on myself, but anyway, there you go. Hey, so having said that, I do have one coming up this weekend.
Well, there you go. So you do have one. So you're lying.
Got the brother-in-law's birthday on Anzac Day Sunday, so
nice, beautiful.
we'll go out and we'll watch his young Blake play footy out at Yarrambat on Sunday morning.
Lovely.
Sunday arvo, we might just stroll off to the Panton Hill Hotel and have a little lunch and watch the
Beautiful.
footy in the
Why
arvo.
not?
Looking
Why
forward to
not?
it. So, which is good. Hey, what was your highlight of the week, mate? Come on, I know what it is.
What was my highlight of the week?
What happened Monday night? What's bad?
Well, I think in the end, really, my highlight is that this stupid Super League didn't go on with it in the football.
What?
That's probably my highlight in the end, after all the garbage that came out.
Yeah,
That
well,
they were actually going to go ahead with it in the first place. But anyway,
what a
that's-
crop.
Oh, mate, it's
What-
an absolute joke.
You know, like
I
it's
don't
just
know why anyone would think that was a good idea.
ruining the sport. Ruining the sport.
It was all just money grabbing.
I was thinking more along the lines of Lego Master, mate.
Well,
I
Lego
thought-
Masters was.
I
but
thought that would be
Lego-
you be glued to it. Like,
It was. No, I do enjoy my Lego, and I do enjoy my.
how would you go?
Lego Masters,
How would
I'm
you
a
go
bit
with
of a fan.
soups if Lego Masters was on and maths was still on? You'd be in real
There's
trouble.
like 6 TVs in this house, mate. There's literally no dramas.
Very good.
Yeah.
Hey, Roaming Bubbles' birthday's coming up on the 1st of
It
May.
is, but that's
too.
not this week. That'll
week
be
after.
in the following show.
Oh, well, we're going to mention next week, so he's up, Shell.
He must be getting a fortnight
Yes.
celebration.
Getting a bit
of
excited.
Bubbles,
Hey, speaking of bubbles,
yeah.
Travel Bubble in New Zealand opened this
I
week.
know, yeah. Well, that went real well, didn't
And
it?
within a couple
Next
of days,
day there was a one case.
a case from the airport over there.
The
I'm surprised.
airport worker, but there's been none since. So.
I'm actually surprised they
Hopefully it
didn't
was
shut
a
it all
miss.
down again. With the blokes that we've got running this joint, it's a wonder they
you've gotta
didn't
imagine that.
pull it all back again. So
That's what we
anyway,
want.
so we've got the Travel Bubble. We've got World Soccer falling apart with the Super League.
AFLW on the weekend, the grand final.
AFLW Grand Final.
Winners.
How was, and I
Brisbane
don't know
Lions.
whether you watched Elle, but Courtney Hodder
Yeah.
from the Brisbane Lions, she has kicked some sensational goals this year.
Yeah.
But the goal that she kicked in the second quarter on Saturday afternoon wasn't the sealer of the game, but boy, it got the Lions up and about.
Bit of a ripper.
She's just slotted a soccer, on-the-run soccer goal from about 30 out at about 45 angle and just slotted it straight through. So good on you, Courtney Hopper. I know you're out, Hodder. You're out.
Wasn't it Courtney? Didn't she used to play soccer? Isn't that Courtney?
No, that's the.
She
isn't
couldn't
that
get
the
into. She
Collingwood
couldn't get
chick
into
who
footy.
won one of the MVPs?
Maybe it was.
And I
Maybe
can't
I'm
think of the
getting
two
confused.
girls who
Yeah.
won the MVPs. I was going to make note of that, but I didn't. But
Yep.
Courtney, we know you're watching. Good on you, and
Yeah.
well done on winning
Yeah,
the
good
grand
work,
final
mate.
last Saturday. So all the best. Hey, and by the way, Anzac Day this Sunday.
It
I
is.
am filthy on you, Dan.
I know. 1,400 people are allowed to go to the
I know.
shrine.
I thought they upped it a little bit, but not even that.
But you can have 100,000 at the MCG.
He's
2
not
hours
gi-
later.
He's not giving us a bloody holiday.
I don't care about the holiday.
Oh, jeez, I do.
I'm more concerned.
Right.
I've been going to that.
Hey, I work for a living now, mate.
Yeah, so do I. I've just
I
had a
get
year
paid,
off.
I get paid when I have a holiday these days, so come on.
Yeah.
There you go. Hey, so Al, give us the two smoking guns footy tips update of the week.
Footy tips. Who are? Who is it?
Okay, so
I'll tell you what, I'll
AFL
chuck it
ladder.
up. So AFL. We'll go with AFL first. So top of the AFL ladder. 18 people got 7 this week. Would
That
you
is
believe?
nuts. Out of
I'm
34 or whatever, 33
pretty
or
sure
whatever.
I
it is that
wasn't
we've
one of
got.
them because I'm doing terribly in the AFL this year.
I definitely
I am
wasn't.
normally up the top, like sort of in that top 5 or 6, but this
You're
year
actually
I'm having
behind
an
me, which
absolute
I'm pretty happy
stinker.
about.
Absolute stinker.
But,
So-
however, Mark Lannis has
Killing it.
managed to retain joint top.
Absolutely smashing it.
Him and Robbo Roberts. So,
Absolutely
Robbo,
smashing it. 34 points.
yeah, so they're
Okay,
both.
so good on 'em.
Mind you, Crusher dropped a point this week, so have a good
He
long
deserves
hard
it.
look at
Not
yourself,
like he
Freddie.
knows much about footy.
Bloke knows nothing about AFL. Yeah, that'd be
Yeah,
right.
and then NRL.
Hey, honourable mention to Kevy J,
Yeah.
who's rocked up into equal second with Crusher in the AFL tips too, by
Does
the
he?
way.
No,
NRL
second
ladder. How the
Danny
mighty
Lawrence.
fall.
Danny
How
Lawrence.
the mighty fall.
Yeah.
Hey? He had it
Had a
clear,
shocker, didn't he?
and then he's fallen over at the benchmark, and he's been picked up by Andy. So
Yeah.
Andy Simpkins is joint leader in the NRL. I think both the boys, I think there was everyone had stinkers in NRL. I think the best score last week was 5.
I think I got 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I didn't do too bad.
Yeah, you
And
probably were one of the better ones last week. I think
Yeah.
there's only 6 or 7 that got 5. So,
Oh,
so that
good on
was
you guys, well done.
yeah, good on you. So for
Yeah.
those of you guys who are punting away in the tips there, good on you. Alrighty, so Soups, I'm jealous. Look out, we got plenty going on
It's
on
been a bit
the
going on.
on the chat.
They're asking
tonight.
what's being cooked tonight. You can
what's
obviously
being
hear
cooked?
the smoker going in the
Don't tell
background.
anyone.
Yeah.
Soups, keep your gob shut.
Did we even tell Soups?
Oh, yeah, she was there. She
She did
seen
all
the
right
prep.
tonight, didn't she? She cooked us dinner and
She did. Have to say,
did well in
she-
the kitchen there.
she can warm up a decent sausage roll. That
Hey,
woman of
can
yours. No,
Oh.
did a very good job, and it was one of the
she
best
did.
sausage rolls I reckon I've ever
Bloody
eaten. But
good one,
anyway,
mate. Yeah,
there
definitely.
you go. Hey, so tonight, look at two things. So we're going to do our independent beer and brewer of the week.
And we've gone something a little bit different as well this week because
because you've got this.
I cracked it a little bit
One
today.
T's on with.
So we're
Gab.
Gabs. Obviously, we've been working our way through the Gabs list for the last, I don't know, maybe
Few
10,
months.
10
Couple
shows anyway, yeah. So for the last few shows, and a lot of the guys up in the top there, and I don't know why, right? If you're going to put your beer into the Gabs, surely you're going to make sure you've got enough stock to give people 6 months later.
You would think so.
There is beers in there that we still can't get now.
Correct. Yep.
And the Gabs have been over for what?
Yeah.
It's not been 6 months, obviously. I'm not
Well, it was
exaggerating.
November.
But yeah,
So
well,
we're in
there you
April,
go.
so
So
it is
6 months later, you still can't get their beer.
Yeah.
What's the point going into a competition when you're not going to be able to supply?
Good
your
long
beer?
hard look at yourself, independent brewers
So
of
I
Australia.
cracked it this week and I threw the Gabs list on the
Either
floor.
that, or it's Dan's that aren't doing their job and getting it in.
No,
so
but it's just I've tried everywhere getting
It is.
like your mates and
it is my mates.
all those.
Weren't my mates.
Yeah, your mates. Yeah.
All
So, yeah,
the
so-
Yates is in the top 10 for what NRL.
Yeah.
Right.
It's all that matters. No one cares about AFL.
Yeah,
Let's be
right.
honest.
There you go.
So yeah, we went someone a bit different this week, and
We have,
someone
and
that
you-
wasn't.
And you can probably see their very, very cool,
Very
funky,
cool artwork, yeah.
funky cans. Have a look at this, and these are one from one of the particular ranges that these guys do.
But I found this bottle shop in Mitcham,
right.
and it is literally 95% independent
Well, you're
beers
talking, I'm
in
gonna
there.
open one.
There was no. I did not see a VB, didn't see a Carlton Draft, didn't see a Corona, didn't see any of those. It was literally just all independent beers.
Fair income. So
Yeah,
is
just
that, is that
on Maroon Highway there.
does he
in Mitcham.
advertise that that's what he is?
I've never seen him advertise ever.
No,
The
but
only
as in-
reason I knew the
as
place
in the
was there
store,
is because
like-
we've been to the bar.
But
above it.
the store, does it look like it? Do they say we just do independent stuff?
No,
or
mate, it's literally the tiniest shop front that you've ever seen.
So
It's a doorway.
what you end up with, mate, was a couple of beers from a couple of our mates over the Dutch.
Yeah, over in
So
Auckland, in New Zealand.
Yep, we're gone
Silverdale.
with Deep Creek Brewing Company in Silverdale in Auckland, in New Zealand.
What have you gone with first,
And
mate? Hazy.
we've actually got, because we're fine connoisseurs of hazy IPAs, we've gone with hazy IPAs.
We have.
So, in fact, we've got a pretty good benchmark to compare them to, so it works out well with the evening, Sean Yates.
G'day,
Welcome. So, yeah,
So we went with someone a bit different.
we did. So, we're
But
going.
I reckon what we'll do, because
gone
the
over the
cook's going to
Dutch.
take about 25 minutes, half an hour to cook. So
Yep.
do we want to...
Yeah, we're gonna open a beer, and we'll talk more about Deep Creek as we go.
You want me to get that out? Boy,
What?
that burp.
I didn't burp. I just went.
It's just old man noises then.
Oh, man. No, thanks for that. Thanks.
So we'll get this out. And we're actually going to do it here today. We'd normally do that other camera.
Hey, so we'll tell you what we're doing. You might have picked it up from the Freddy meme earlier, our mascot dog. Good on you, Fred.
Yeah. Good work, mate.
He was talking about corn, so we're going to do cornbread for you.
We are.
One of the simplest side dishes / desserts
Yep.
/ breakfast foods, whatever you want to call it, that you can possibly do, and comes up a treat on the smoker.
Yep.
So, Big L has done a bit with cornbread previously,
I've done it a few times.
and a few people have raved about it.
Yeah, and I've
I've
had a few disasters as well along the way, as we said.
And potentially we could have one again
We
tonight.
could as well, because I don't know what I did wrong when I did do it wrong, and I don't know what I did right when I did it right. So
Okay, so what I'm
It's,
going to do, I'm going to move.
50-50.
I'm going to move some beers.
yeah,
Out of the
I'll grab
way.
the.
Ingredients.
I'm hoping you grabbed the mixing bowl, did you?
I'll grab the mixing bowl. I've got that, Al,
Nice.
because I'm that kind of guy.
And what's good about this is it's simple. Simple and easy to
It's
do.
a bit like me, really. Just a bit simple.
I didn't say very simple, I just said simple, mate.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what
bit
you're
of
going
that
to
as well.
need for this is...
I'm going to stay sat down because we'll lose my head in the
Because
top
you're a
of the
big
picture.
unit.
Yeah.
Yep. You being the big unit that you are.
Yep.
And you've taken me off the ingredients page so that I can't tell everyone. But you think I'm going to work with that, do you? Hey, so what we've got in this ingredients is 1 cup of cornmeal, which is going in there.
Is it?
Yep.
All of it?
Sure. Why not? We've got 1 cup of plain flour. Not self-raising flour, plain flour.
All-purpose flour.
All-purpose flour.
Yep.
Then we have sugar,
There's a tablespoon of sugar.
which is a tablespoon, and in that we also added in half a tablespoon of salt,
Teaspoon.
half a teaspoon of salt.
Half a tablespoon. Might be a
and
little
then
bit too much.
and then we've got 2 teaspoons of baking powder.
Teaspoons or tablespoons?
Teaspoons, mate.
Well, I put tablespoons in there.
Might have to just ease that up a little bit.
I'll be
but
one
that's okay.
second. I'll grab the.
No, here, look. There.
You right? You
yeah,
sure?
yeah, no, look,
Alright.
I reckon it's about that
trust
much.
your-
There you go. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that and we're going to just mix that up nicely.
Just lightly.
Just lightly, give it a mix.
Yep.
Right, in your mixing bowl, you can see that. We haven't got our overhead camera this week because
we don't.
we're close to you.
Exactly.
So you don't need that.
So we thought, why not?
So what we've done then, Al, your
So
bit.
all we've done then is we've got a cup of milk.
Let me get that out of the way. Go for it.
What we've done is we've melted the butter already. I'm not going to.
Pre-melted.
Yeah, pre-melted.
Go on, show them.
So cooled it down.
Show them the butter.
So obviously, yeah, we've melted it prior. Don't get the butter too hot because when you add the egg, it will curdle the egg and it will ruin the whole
So
thing.
just enough
Yeah.
to warm it and melt it so it's
Yeah.
liquefied
And then I've let it cool down.
and
Yeah.
let it cool a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then all we're going to do is
so
we're going
we've
to mix.
got a 3 tablespoons of butter
Yep.
that's been melted.
Yep.
We've got a cup of milk
Yep.
and we've got 1 lightly beaten egg.
Yep. And we're just going to mix them all
So they're all going to get mixed together.
together.
Do you want a bit of a whisker
Yeah.
in there?
Don't go silly on it.
Don't go silly.
No.
So is that enough? That's silly enough?
Yeah, why not?
Enough?
Yep.
Ooh.
This is the butter, Pete.
Righto.
And then you're going to put it in.
Oh, yep. Yeah, go on.
We're going to throw it in.
Right.
Then you're going to mix it but don't mix it too much.
So it's kind of like scones, right?
Yeah, basically, yeah. You don't
overdo it.
silly
You just
and crab.
enough to sort of get the mixture mixed in.
Yeah.
And that's about it, yeah?
And to get it consistent-ish.
Which
There
I
you
probably
go,
should have
Pete.
used a fork rather
Would you
than
like
a
me to grab
whisk.
you one?
No, that's okay.
You
I'll-
sure?
No,
You're going to
manage,
get
mate.
that. You're going to work that out as the fire.
Oh, it gives us a
falls
bit of a
apart
heart attack.
behind us.
Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that heart attack we just had.
Yeah, I do as well. Sean does need to wear his Pete needs to wear his glasses for future cooks
What do you mean?
because you're looking at the screen and squinting.
What do you mean like that?
Yeah, that's the one.
All right, so I'm trying not to overwork this and just keep it a little...
Then while you're doing that, what I might do is I might get rid of this.
Yep.
And I'll get our preheated skillet
Uh-huh.
out of the smoker.
And in fact, I'm going to tell you, Al, I'm going to let you do this bit, and I'm actually going to tell people a little bit about the history of cornbread.
Yeah.
And how it all came about. So if you want to grab your pan, your skillet, I think we're near on good enough there, aren't we?
I don't know, mate. You're telling the story.
I reckon, like, it's just a battery consistency. It's kind of like if you're doing a pancake, I guess.
Yeah.
Try to get rid of the lumps, but don't overdo it. I'm trying not to...
What have we done? We've preheated that. It's probably been in there for about 15, 20 minutes.
Yep.
So I'm 190 degrees. We've got it on. I'll sit back down because my head's probably
Too big for the screen?
pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, right, got
Slight bit of
got it.
height difference.
He's bigger than me. I shouldn't muck around with those kind of jokes
Probably
because
shouldn't,
that's
mate.
not
You're
going to
right.
work.
No.
There you go, buddy.
Right,
I'm going to
I'm
let
just
you
gonna
do
whack
that.
this in there.
Hey, so the history of cornbread's really interesting, actually. It used to be known back in the wild south of the US as corn pone, as in corn, P-O-N-E.
Oh, that was gone everywhere.
Yeah, no, that's great. Look, I'll tell you what it tastes like. Yum. But how cornbread came about, cornmeal in the south was one of those things, Al, that was really popular for two reasons. One is that it was really cheap.
Yeah.
And two is because it was really quite difficult for those in South America to actually grow wheat. Because it's so hot and because they get a lot of rain,
Excuse me.
the wheat crops would go rancid and rot before they got the opportunity to use them. So if they wanted to use wheat, they had to import it and bring it down from the north or overseas or whatever else. So it was quite expensive. So in the south, when Columbus arrived and they colonised the south
Jeez,
of
it goes back
America,
that far, mate.
yeah, it really does. They turned up, and the Native American Indians were using cornmeal, so they were getting the corn husks and the corn sort of wheat,
Yeah.
and they were crushing it up in like mortar and pestles, and they were using that for different recipes.
Yeah, wow.
And what happened was when the English colon or the British colonists got to America, they actually adapted their baking styles from Europe, using cornmeal, or what was cornmeal, the crushed up corn, and that's basically how they got cornbread. So it started off that they would crush up some meal, they would add some water to it, and in the very early days, sometimes it was even referred to as hoe bread. And the reason it was called hoe bread was because some of the farmers would get the back of their hoe that they were using to farm with, sit it over the fire and put this mix of cornmeal and water on it, and cook the bread on the back of the hoe.
Yeah, wow.
And that's what they would have in the fields for their lunches and all that sort of thing. So it's basically derived from the Native American Indians, the Cherokee, Chickasaw, Choctaw and Creek sort of Native Americans. And it's been adapted with the British colonies' ideas from Europe, and that's how basically it came around. And in the early days, it was a really bland, basic thing. But it was more a necessity staple thing than it was anything else, because people couldn't afford much. It was cheap, it was easy, it fed a lot of people, it was quite nutritious, all those sorts of things. So that's basically how cornbread came about.
There you go.
It was cooked a lot by people that couldn't afford it for those reasons. In the very early days, it was bland, as I said, and all that sort of thing. But as it evolved over the years and people started adding things like eggs and buttermilk and baking powder and even bacon fat. So one of the things from down south, barbecue land of America, they cooked in the early days a lot of pork in barbecues, and they used to use the pork fat to flavour up the cornbread. Hence the fact
bacon's good in everything.
Hence the fact it became a really popular side dish with Southern American barbecue.
Yeah.
The problem was the Northerners that used to take the mickey out of the Southerners because it was like the povo food.
Yeah.
They got hold of it and they started adding things to it like syrups and that to make it sweeter.
Yeah.
So where in the South it's quite a bland, savoury type dish.
Yeah, so like the one that we've done, basically a traditional.
Yeah, we've done more a traditional style. Whereas in the north of America, you'll find that it's more a sweet or a dessert type thing.
Yeah.
And sometimes you'll get them. For example, when I was down at Red Gum Barbecue the other week on the Mornington Peninsula at Red Hill, theirs was a sweeter, almost like it had golden syrup or honey in it.
Yeah, so I've done it in the past, and the last one I did do a mixture of a bit of butter and honey. And I spread that on the top afterwards.
Yeah,
but
nice.
It's probably a similar
and you
sort
can
of thing,
do that
I
if
suppose,
you want to.
but,
If you want to cook the basic version and then top it off with
to sweeten it a little bit. Yeah,
because it can taste a lot like golden syrup dumplings and that sort of thing. So that's the consistency of it. So that was the early days, and it evolved into that, and then it became probably the most common side dish for Southern style food.
Yep.
Hence that connection, the close connection with barbecue.
Yeah, wow.
But the trick to creating great cornbread is to do pretty much what we've done tonight. Do it in a super hot cast iron skillet. So get your skillet hot before you even start.
Yep.
Get it in there. Don't leave it in there
I'll
too
be honest,
long.
I was actually, before the show, I did actually sit there and go, I'm not going to put it in a skillet this time. As I said, I've done it 4 times now, and twice.
And I
twice
said to
it's
Elle,
burnt, and twice it's been spot on.
And I said,
And
you
I'm
can't
like-
do that. It's got
And
to
I
be
was
in the
nearly going to
skillet.
change it and just put it into like a cake pan, but I went, no, you know what? Stick with.
But they say
what
by
you know
doing
and
it
what
in
you're doing.
cast iron as a traditional dish, that you'll get that nice crispy outside and that doughy sort of,
Yeah.
dumpling sort of inside. So, and then the best way to serve it, nice big slather of butter on the top of it when it
100%.
comes out. So,
Yeah, definitely.
so you've seen that. It's taken us all of 10 minutes to prepare.
No, if that. 5.
If that.
Yeah.
It's gone into the smoker.
Yeah.
You're just using the comp wood pellet chips, which is a blend of oak and a couple of fruit.
Yeah.
And that'll be in there for what, 10, 15 minutes?
25 feet.
Let's try 10 or 15 and see what it looks like in case you burn the bum of it in the pan again. But
It's about 25, 35 minutes.
right,
Yeah.
okay. So if we go back down to the bottom notes again there, Al, I
Sorry,
just
mate,
want to
did
pick
I-
up. No, that's okay. There, and
Oh, no, I missed you. Sorry.
as I said, it's a versatile dish that can be enjoyed as a savoury dish or as a sweet dessert, depending on the ingredients that you add to it.
Yeah.
And it's often used in the US. It's traditionally used in
Yeah.
the US, crumbled up and used to make the stuffing for Thanksgiving Day turkey.
So they put the cornbread in the...
In the stuffing,
So we used to use Paxo.
used to use what?
Paxo, like sage and onion stuffing.
Paxo.
Yeah.
It's
It's a
a-
brand. It's
a
the
pommy
sage
thing,
and
right?
onion stuffing. Gives a bit more flavour, mate. So I don't know what cornmeal's going to do to it, but anyway.
Yum. Okay,
Yeah.
that was good. Thank you for the recommendation of Echuca Distillery. I ordered an amazing gin and vodka gift pack for a girlfriend,
She did, yes.
and it arrived in 2 days. Amazing service and packaging.
They were ripping guys down
Good
there.
on you, David and Fiona.
Yeah.
That's ripping stuff, and pleased
Good on
to
you,
hear.
Shell, and hope that the receiver loves it. I don't know who it is, but I'm not sure
Hey,
that you've given
gone
it to
away
them yet.
again. You can't go away from
I
there.
did that on purpose because
No, don't.
I literally just read
I
what's
know,
coming
I
up,
know.
and I'm
Hey, Al,
sorry, guys.
What-
I was scrolling away from what I've just seen.
what do corn cobs call their fathers?
What do they call them, Peter?
Popcorn. Hey, make sure the kids are up for this because this is good.
Yeah, this is awesome.
What does mould on cornflakes have in common with Charles Manson?
What the heck?
They're both serial killers. Even you're laughing. That's good, isn't it?
So,
Hey?
can anyone see why I tried to scroll away from those then?
Oh, and I'm going to make this my last one for the night and leave it for you all to think about. If corn oil comes from corn, where does baby oil come from? Do you want to scroll back up, Al? We
Yeah,
can talk about beer.
So, I really wanted to get away from that about 10 minutes ago.
Wow. I thought that was pretty good.
So, good work, Pete. No, good
Oh,
gags.
come on,
Good
mate.
gags.
I thought that was all right. I've given you the history.
Oh, everyone's loving it. Sean's all over it.
They're
No,
all right.
the history was good, mate. Like,
There you go.
You always do a ripping
Top
job with your
quality
history.
tonight. There you go.
No, it's 50-50, mate.
50-50.
That's terrible, Pete.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Thanks for all the support. Dave Campbell, hey, mate, how are you? And I'm told it's great with shredded cheese on top.
Yeah, nice.
Haven't had it with shredded cheese on top. Might give that a go.
Why not?
Sounds all right.
Yeah.
Sounds good. You could do all sorts of things. You could throw a bit of bacon in it. You could
I was thinking that after you said the bacon, I thought a few crispy bacon
just a bit
chips
of
inside. That'd be
bacon
beautiful.
fat.
Yeah.
Oh, be good. Hey,
Tell you what, how good's that beer? That's not bad.
That
I
one's
don't mind
ripper.
that. That's
So,
the
which one did
hazy
you have?
IPA,
The Zen?
Zen. Yeah.
yeah, I've opened the
Deep
Zen.
Creek Brewing Company.
That is a cracker. That actually is.
Very drinkable. Very light on the palate. It's actually, I would say it's very similar to the Hawkers.
Yeah. I think it's probably got a fruitier tinge,
Yeah.
but not over the top fruity tinge.
Yeah,
that's
definitely,
all.
yeah.
But yeah, no, it's very good. Hey, so Deep Creek was started by three blokes, Paul, Scott, and
Yep.
Jared. They're the original guys behind the brewing company. Craft beer brewery, as
Yep.
we said, based in Silverdale in Auckland, New Zealand. Along with their head brewer, a bloke called Hamish. And it seems like there are so many bloody brewers in this
Oh,
world
100% Hamish.
called Hamish.
Yep, 100%.
Every time we meet someone, they go, "I meet our head brewer. What's his name?
This is
Hamish."
Hamish, yeah.
Yeah, right. This is Hamish.
Yeah.
Righto, Hamish. Good work. Their journey was founded on creativity and a desire to experiment with world-class natural ingredients to create flavor profiles.
And don't tell me they wanted to bring a good tasting beer to the bland beers that were available at the moment.
These guys
Oh.
are a bit different. They're not on that. We couple of blokes had a few beers and thought we'd start a brewery thing. No.
Oh, really?
They're more about creating an adventure. So when they talk about it, they're trying to create flavours that send you on an adventure.
Okay, yeah.
So whether it's to, like Hazy Land, or I'm trying to, I don't know. It's like a summery
Hazy
thing,
Land
or
or-
it's the season, or it's the
Beautiful haze.
yeah, brutal. So they're creating flavour profiles in our beer that take you on an adventure, and that's
nice.
That's what their brand is all about. Is about adventure, and
Yeah.
a lot of their imagery on their website and all that sort of thing is around adventure. On the
Yeah, very
beach
cool,
or
yeah.
through the mountains or
Yeah.
whatever. And these three guys draw on their collective experience from their engineering, science, hospitality. God, I can't speak tonight. Hospitality, art and arts to form the foundations of the beers that they
Yeah.
create. Their endeavour, as I said, is to take the taste buds on a trip with brews that suit every palate.
Yeah.
They take their customers on a flavour journey or flavour adventure to discover new styles and tastes.
Beautiful.
So it's all about doing something a little bit different, which
Sounds
is
good, mate, 'cause
consistent.
As I said before, it seems that everyone that we've done of late seems to be that. Oh, we're bland beers, so we want to go ahead and
Yep.
give someone a new taste and well, not a new adventure because that's obviously what Deep Creek are doing, but it's just
Yep.
that new something else to try and taste.
And there are so many out there that you have to differentiate yourself
Yeah.
somehow, and sometimes it's
Yeah.
just with the personality of your brand.
Yeah.
That's enough to give you that differentiation, and it can be enough sometimes for you to think that placebo effect. It does taste different.
Yeah.
If they talk to you adventure, and you sit there and or you're going on a journey and you sit there and drink one of their beers while you're getting that message,
Yeah.
your mind tells you what you're tasting.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
So it does. I think it does make a difference, and good on them. So.
No, definitely.
Good on the boys. They're doing a great job. They currently, their history is that they came from not far from Silverdale in Auckland, a little place called Browns Bay,
Yep.
which isn't far away from there. And in Silverdale, they have an on-site tap room where you can go and buy all their beers and try them and all that sort of thing. So if you're having a holiday, now that the bubble's open between Australia and
Get
New
over and
Zealand,
have a look, why not?
and most
Go for
people
the
go
weekend.
to Auckland,
Yeah.
go check out the boys in Silverdale. They're actually exporting their beers to a bunch of countries. They're here in Oz, of course, because
Yep.
we've got it. They're in the UK, they're in Scandinavia, China, Taiwan, Singapore, Malaysia, and they've got more targeted.
Yeah. Yeah, nice.
So they're obviously appealing to a fairly broad customer base.
Yeah, definitely.
Mate, they got 34 beers in their
Wow.
range. 2 of them are purely international ones.
That's crazy.
But they got 34 beers in their range. In this hazy IPA range, which
Yeah.
they do a full range of these.
Of hazies.
There's 7 in the range.
Wow.
Of hazy IPAs.
Yeah, wow.
And then they do everyday drinkers, and they do a couple of other, I think there's a Pilsner and
Yeah.
a few other bits and pieces, an old English ale that they do, and all sorts of things. So they've got some
There was
pretty
a
cool
few
stuff.
there when I picked these up today, and to be honest, they were the nicest looking cans, so I went with those and thought
They're
they'd
cool.
look good on the show,
They are
yeah.
a cool looking can.
I've never
I don't
heard
know
of
what
them before, so we'd go with something a bit different.
I don't have
They
my
have won some
glasses on,
awards.
otherwise I would read that. But it's ABA. I know they've
Yeah.
won some European brewing awards as well with some of their beers.
Yeah.
So, El, tell us about Zen, the one that we're drinking
So
now.
Zen's hazy IPA, obviously,
They're-
and you can
they're
even
both
tell
big
with the
fat
hazy. Yeah,
beers.
beautiful. Like it's 6.5% that one. So
Yeah.
you might want to have too many, mate, because you've
Mate,
got to drive home.
The tyres on your bike pumped up, mate. I need to know.
Might have
I
to call you an Uber.
might have to ride my pushy home.
So Zen's a limited release from their Haiku project of hazy IPAs. Following the flagship Mr. Miyagi.
Misty Miyagi.
I was going to say
Yeah.
Mr. Miyagi. I saw
It's
Miyagi and
Misty.
I thought I said it wrong then.
Misty Miyagi is another one in this
Yeah, in the
hazy
same
IPA range.
Yeah.
Cool names.
Yeah. Zen uses a combination of 3 hops from the US and New Zealand, including the New Zealand hop, which doesn't yet have an official name. That's interesting. Or they're just giving it under wraps, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But it
Hey,
does give a distinct passion fruit aroma and flavour, which you can actually taste the passion fruit.
Yeah, you can. You can.
Yeah.
It does come through.
Yeah.
Hey, you got a couple of new guys on this. So Steve McKenzie, one of the guys that was at Shep Brew and Barbecue
Oh, that's right.
Fest.
Yeah. G'day, Steve. We
And
had
his
a
old
bit of a
man
chat,
Billy
yeah.
Macca's on there. G'day, Billy. Good to have you on
see
there
you guys
watching
on.
us and watching along with what we're doing. So yeah, good to
The
have you
other
on there,
thing,
boys.
Sean's asked as well about a whiskey club, and I do recall him asking last week about it
Yeah.
as well.
And we
But as you know,
ignored you last time.
I do love a good whiskey.
Yep.
But I've never even looked into or got around the whiskey clubs. I'm one for just going and
Buying and
buying and
trying
trying
it.
whiskies. I mean, I don't think it'd be a bad thing trying one of the clubs, but from what I've seen, they're quite expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, again, that might be another one where we bring Mr. Bear in one night
Yeah, and do some whiskies
and
or
we
something.
do some
with
whiskey
him.
tasting. He's done quite a bit of that,
Yeah.
and I think it might be worthwhile at some
But
point
yeah, when it
bringing
comes
him
to
in.
whiskey clubs, never really got around them. For me, it's just go and buy the bottle
But hey,
and
thanks,
give it a crack.
Shawnee, and we'll look into it for sure. Because at some
We're
point
always
we are
open to
going to run
something,
out
and
of
we're going to run out of beers at some
different
point, so
beers.
we might have to go
I
to whiskey.
shouldn't say that. We'll never run out of beers, but we'll roll with it. We'll roll with it. Hey, so the second one that
Yep.
we've got is one called Brewtiful
Brewtiful
Haze. So BREW as in brew,
Yep.
to full haze.
Yep.
It's a New England IPA, and again, it's another big fat bold beer at
6.5%
6.5%.
again, yeah.
So I'm going to have to be careful. I might not even open the second one. I might just have a sniff of it. So this one was actually brewed in cahoots with the Liquorland group in New Zealand. So
Yeah, wow.
Liquorland obviously worked with these guys to brew this specific beer. So it'll be
Yep.
interesting to see what it tastes like. I'm going to have a taste
Yep.
once we get there. But evidently it's a juicy, hazy hop bomb that's bursting with hop aromas. So
Yeah, wow.
depending on the hops they use.
While you
these
finish talking
two-
about that, mate, I'm just looking
I was
at
going to
the
say
shirt
hello.
that's
There we go. So the other thing is it's got mouth-watering citrus, orange, and mango flavours that leap out of the glass. It's a downright addictive, juicy New England IPA with diminished bitterness. So there's not much bitterness about it. It's a really approachable style of beer.
Yeah.
And their tagline is "Get lost in a beautiful haze." It's a very nice,
Well, why not?
nice way of doing it. What do you reckon?
I don't know. I'm going to grab... I should have got the other glass while I was up.
Oh, I can get that, mate. Don't interfere. I'm over here.
I haven't got to drive anywhere, so I can give it a go. I
Look
feel
at
like
you.
I'm sculling the other one, but
Jeez, that's all right.
it'd be rude not
I
to
was going to say,
try it while we're talking about it.
not the first time, probably won't be the last time that you've sculled a beer.
Well, last time this week, anyway.
Alrighty. So,
That's cornbread,
that is our beer for the week.
and that's the
That's
beer
it.
which is literally the biggest head. But head is everything, apparently, when it
That's
comes
where
to
you
beer.
get the aroma. So have a sniff now, mate, and make
Yeah.
sure you're getting a good gullet full of that.
Might have to go get a spoon and a knife.
to top it off. You've seen those ones where they get the flat knife, do they?
Yeah, it's always Stella. They
Who
always do
does
that
it?
with
It's
Stella.
Stella,
as
isn't
well.
it?
Yeah.
Why do they do that?
Absolutely not. To trap the
They're
bubbles in, maybe? To trap the flavour in? I
They're
don't
scraping off the aroma.
know. They're just getting rid of some of the head, mate, I suppose. I don't know.
G'day, Jared.
Hey, Jared.
What have you missed? Oh, pretty much the whole show now. Pretty much the whole show.
Nothing, mate. Nothing you can't catch up on.
So, how are we looking with the bread, Al?
Still about another
Did you
10
have a
minutes,
look?
I reckon.
You reckon it's got 10 minutes?
Yeah, I do.
How are we going to fill 10 minutes?
So whiskey, cornbread and PA needs glasses. That's what we've learnt so far this week.
Whiskey, cornbread, and PA needs glasses. I don't need them. I just need to remember to bring them. That's all.
You should be wearing them.
I have got them, but yeah, we're not doing that. Hey, just while we're on it, guys, Binchatan and lump charcoal. We've got some still.
Yeah.
Not a lot left. And if you need some coming up to the winter months, make sure you yell out. Use your FB Live code on the website.
Yeah,
order
FB
it.
Live 10.
And
Yeah.
the other thing that we've got, and I don't know whether you've got a bag here that we can show people, Al.
What's that?
Excuse me. Is our comp pallets. So I think I've got 6 bags of comp.
They're down in the garage. Yeah.
I've got 6 bags left of our comp pallet. That is it for a while.
Yeah.
So if you need any pallets, if you're a pallet smoker and you need some pallets, make sure you yell out soon so
There's
that,
only 6 I might keep them for myself. No one's buying them.
so that you don't miss out. Hey, the good news is I got some news from my friends at OKJ that the customer that's had an issue with their smoker, the rider that hasn't been working,
Get replaced.
is potentially going to be replaced. So they'll
That's handy.
redeem themselves if that happens, which would be a nice thing.
Hopefully you'll be able to.
Tell you what's coming
So I'll
up.
tell you what I did do last week.
Go on.
Cooked up one of the best steaks that
Oh.
I've ever had.
You
I
did.
don't know if anyone saw it on the Instagram post, but literally it was one of the best
You should
steaks
bring a
I've
photo
eaten.
up. Can you?
I should have put a photo
Hey,
up.
Soups, if you're listening and you can get into the big fella's Instagram page and hack it and stick a photo in the feed, that'd be great. But it did
was-
look magnificent.
Mate, it was so. I did
What
a
did you have
reverse.
with it?
So I did some homemade steak cut chips, and then I did some garlic and butter mushrooms.
Garlic and butter. I want to ask a question. It's probably going to be a silly question, but I'll ask it.
Yeah.
What makes a steak cut chip? Is this something else I have to go away and
It's just a
research
thicker
and bring
cut
back?
chip. That's all it is. A thicker
But what's
cut.
the background? Why do they call it a steak cut chip?
I don't know. Because you serve it with.
See, that's my
steak.
job, right? Is to go away and find that shit out,
Because they
right?
do it with steak. I don't know.
All right.
Yeah, no, so I just did a reverse here. But what I did different, and I hadn't done it before, is I did it on the Traeger, and I did it to 50 degrees internal. I'd normally do it to 55, I was, in the past. And I've always enjoyed my steak, but I thought, no, I'm going to go a bit rarer this time. But then what I did is I fired up the Weber, put a heap of charcoal in there, and I fired it up to as hot as I could get it, and then I whacked the steak on to sear it. 3 minutes each side.
So
And it's
what can I
absolutely
ask?
spot on.
Why the Weber, and why not the barbecue gas grill?
For that charcoal flavour, I suppose.
Okay. Did you use lump charcoal in the Weber to do that?
I did, yeah.
Impressive.
But just to get that extra heat in the flame. And
Stop
then, yeah,
me
just
up.
did the
Is there a Yates Vivi Anzac Day hotspot this weekend?
hot pop, that is.
Oh, I thought you said hotspot.
You need your glasses. Do you want to borrow my glasses, mate? You're really struggling tonight.
Oh,
Even
yeah.
I can read that without my
Mate,
glasses.
I'm struggling. Full stop.
No, but there could possibly be a barbecue. But we'll talk about that tomorrow.
Right. Okay.
So anyway, so yeah, reverse seared ribeye, as I said. And what I did after is I had a little bit of the butter garlic mixture left from the mushrooms, and I just got a tablespoon and just whacked it on top of the steak.
So just as almost a jus.
Yeah, but only about a tablespoon, not a lot.
Nice.
Yeah, and it was, as I said, one of the best steaks I've ever had.
Nice. Well,
If I do say so myself.
I've still got my pork shoulder sitting in the Frigidaire.
Ready to
'cause
go?
I had to jump on a plane and head to Sydney again this week, so I took off Sunday night, got back Tuesday night. Yesterday, busy prepping, trying to get some content for tonight, and you can see that went well. And yeah, back today. So it's been a long week. So I haven't had much in the way of cooking in the last week or two.
Yeah.
But have I got some good stuff coming up?
Have you? What are you
Oh.
looking at?
Oh, have I got some?
What are you thinking?
Don't worry about that. I'm not talking about the food. I'm talking about
So
some
we
of the
haven't done for a
gear.
while. We haven't done a brisket or anything like that for a while.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it.
I'm pretty keen.
Well, I did, but I just didn't tell anyone about it. I did a brisket about...
Oh, you did it for the family, that's right.
3 or 4 weeks ago, must have been. 4 weeks ago. Hideous.
Really?
Worst piece of meat I've ever cooked.
Really?
Oh, it was terrible. I think, and I think it might have had something to do, like, I'll take as much blame as I possibly can, but I am apportioning some of that blame to the cut of meat that I got.
Yeah.
It wasn't great.
No.
There's very little fat content.
Oh, that was
in
that
it.
really small.
It looked a bit lean, and it was probably too small. And the one thing I'd say to anyone who's looking at cooking brisket, cook a bigger one.
Yeah.
Because you can cut it up, you can store it, you can freeze it and use it later. You can do any of that sort of stuff. Don't be afraid to cook more than you need, and save it for later.
The thing is, when it is cooked, you can still freeze it, and I've done it.
Yeah.
Vac pack and freeze it. I've done it in the past.
Even just freezer bags.
Get it out, and I've done pies with it, and afterwards I've done.
Yeah. But
sausage rolls,
I'd be saying you don't get anything less than 5 or 6 kilos. And the reason I say that is on the smaller pieces, anything sort of 3, 4 kilo and under, they dry out too quick.
Yeah.
And you get, especially if you get the flat and the point, you'll find that the point will be nice and tender, and you'll get a bit of meat out of that that's good, and then the flat will be just dry.
Yeah.
Or vice versa, depending on how you cook it. So, you know, I'm very, very careful with it, and stuffed it up a royal treat. It was probably 15 hours, 14 hours, and got it out and was bitterly disappointed after 3 hours of resting in the esky.
Awesome.
So
that's what you want.
Yeah, beaut.
Oh,
let's check out this corn. Check out the cornbread, buddy.
Go for it, mate.
Let's have a look and see whether she's ready to roll.
I don't reckon it'll quite be there.
Oh,
it's getting there.
Oh.
Just get a bit of a knife and stick it in, see how it's coming about. It's not very golden though on top.
Oh, mate.
You reckon that's ready?
Yeah.
Oh, get rid of these
crispy,
and whip it off then.
I don't think it has to be super brown on top. Let's have a look.
I reckon you could be killing my cook here.
Could be what?
Killing my cook.
You reckon? You reckon I'm gonna murder it, do you?
Yeah.
If this
is no good, we're all blaming Pete.
I'm just conscious that we don't want to get it out and it be completely black on the bottom. What do you think?
Is that away from the edges?
Hang on, I'll tell you. Yeah, it's starting to come away.
Do you want a glove, mate?
I better put a glove
If
on.
only you had some heat-proof gloves, Pete.
Here's one we prepared earlier,
As he stabs me with a knife.
knife.
Yeah, thanks for that. I was more concerned that you were going to stab me with it, but anyway.
Oh, that's not. Oh, look, hang on. That's not brown.
Tell bloody, it smells good.
It does smell good.
I wonder if you could flip it and it would just drop out, Pete. What do you reckon?
Why don't we give that a go?
Go on, give it a go. Why not?
Let me put the other glove on so I can
What's the
wrangle
worst
it.
that can happen?
Yeah.
What I'm going to do, I might actually
Oh!
have a look at that for perfection.
Oh!
Go on,
Hey!
get it on the camera.
Have a look at that bloke go.
Now, can you see that?
Are
Hopefully
you-
everyone can see it.
Nah, they can't. It'll be behind everything on there.
Right,
I
so
would
what
assume.
I'll do is I'll just move
Hang
that
on,
so
I'm
you
going to lift
can.
it up. I've got the gloves on, so I'm gonna lift it up. You can see there. That's the cake.
Yep.
Or the. I'll turn it over so you can see the bottom. It's nice and golden. Look at the steam coming off it. That is magnificent.
And let's see if
I
we've
think my
stuffed it
timing
up.
was bloody good, Al. I think my timing was miraculous.
No, you've stuffed it up, Pete.
Oh, mate. Tell me that doesn't look glorious. Have a look at look at the steam rolling out of that. That's a photo moment, big boy.
That's not bad, actually.
You're impressed that
I'm going to let you off.
You are. Look at that.
Try a bit, Pete.
I'll tell you what.
Let us know what you think.
Give us a bit of that butter, because we can't do it without a bit of butter on it.
Oh, shit.
Soups will be out here in a minute. You watch.
I actually reckon she's not even been on.
Really?
Yeah. I reckon she's cheated us.
Oh, Al, that's
Jesus, when you said you wanted a knob of butter, mate, I should have got another pack for you.
yeah, mate. No point mucking around. No point mucking around, buddy. There you go. Good bushcraft. There you go. I'll give you the knife, mate.
Yeah, thanks, mate. I should have got the good old Fiskars. Gerber knife.
And it's falling apart. It's bloody beautiful. Mmm.
How is it, Pete?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, wow. That's actually the best one we've done.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hot skillet.
And live on Two Smoking Guns Meatin Place.
Hot skillet. A little bit less time than what you would normally sort of throw out. I'm going to pull that back a little bit else so it can be seen on the camera there.
Yeah,
That's
so that was
got the
what?
steam coming off.
So that was actually bang on 25 minutes actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, there's the trick. So get you. What was the smoker running at, Al?
190.
Okay, so
yeah.
smoker at 190. Preheat your skillet before you put your ingredients in it. Run
Yeah.
it for 25 minutes at 190. You're going to get that.
Yeah, don't mix it too much.
That's better than a scone. You could put jam and cream on that, and it would be as good as any scone you're going to have. What do you reckon?
Yep, no, happy with that.
You happy with that?
Good work.
That's nice.
Now the other thing that is happening this week, Pete, Anzac Day on Sunday, which we did touch on.
Would you?
Traditional Essendon and Collingwood matchup.
Yep. So it's you
And
versus me this
and
week.
we're both playing really well at the moment, so we're looking forward to a great game, obviously. But I'm looking forward to it that much. I'm actually going to the Richmond-Melbourne game on the Saturday night.
I'm looking forward to it that much. I'm going to watch my nephew play the juniors at Yarrambat.
Yeah,
No,
fair
but
enough.
I will watch a game in the other at the Pant Hill Park.
No, I'll watch it.
But you did touch on a great point, Al. It is Anzac Day coming up this week.
Yeah.
And we just wanted to pay our tributes.
Yeah.
And just maybe observe, doesn't have to be a full minute, but just a few moments of silence.
Yeah.
And we just want to put our hearts out there to all those who have fought for us.
Yeah, definitely.
And have provided the beautiful. We wouldn't be sitting here doing all the things that we do
if it wasn't
without
for,
the sacrifices that they made.
Yeah, definitely, no.
So lest we forget, buddy.
Yeah, definitely. No, 100%. So I'll be honest, I did feel my mouth full like that.
Yep. I could feel the respect and love.
One thing I've always done this thing with a few of my mates. There's about 10 of us that have always gone every year to the shrine. Get up in the morning, go. We've always gone to the shrine.
I always
then
just
gone
came to
down
the
a
pub
couple of beers and we've
afterwards.
gone to and then you always meet us at the pub after. But we go and have a beer after. And we watch a bit of the march and then we go and watch the Commonwealth Essendon. But this year,
Nothing.
1,400 people allowed at the shrine.
Just doesn't feel right, does
No,
it?
but what I don't get is, right, if you're going to get up in the morning, I'm going to get up in the morning, we're all going to get there at 4 o'clock in the morning like we normally do. What are you going to do? Turn us away? 1,400 people, more than 1,400 people are there.
Yeah, I don't know. Look, I think, given the circumstances at the moment where we sit, I can't even understand why they're putting a restriction on it. I mean, you know, all the different events that have taken place around the place over the last month. We've got the bubble open with New Zealand. We've got international travellers coming back in.
And they're talking about 100,000 people at the footy on Sunday.
Yeah, massive crowds back at the footy.
But anyway,
it makes no sense at all.
Yeah.
So shame on you,
Bit
government.
annoying, so yeah. Bit
Shame on
annoyed
you.
because, I mean, for us, we're just like, well, do we go in or do we not?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, if they are going to restrict it at 1,400, maybe they should have done 1,400 tickets. So you had to apply for a ticket so you knew you were going to get in.
Who knows?
But anyway,
who knows?
Is what it is.
Hey, there's
and
people
we'll
way above yours and my pay grade that are making those decisions, buddy. So
yeah, definitely.
we just drink beer and cook food.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
anyway. Hey, so I don't think we've got anything else tonight. We're early.
We are.
We've
Which makes up for every time
every
that we're
time
generally
that we're running
late.
late. So yeah, as I said, don't forget to get over the website twosmokingguns.com. Bincho and lump charcoal. We've still got low and slow rubs from our mate Sam.
Yeah,
So g'day boys, Sam and Silvio from the rubs and from the charcoal that we
side,
get.
yeah,
So
definitely.
g'day boys, hope everything's going well.
Yeah.
Make sure you jump on our site and buy some of their gear, and we'll get that out to you. And
and Mother's Day's coming up as well. I'm sure that Mum needs some heat-proof gloves for the kitchen or the barbecue
or need some
whatever she
guidance
does.
in terms of what temperature to cook her meat
Exactly,
to.
yeah.
Good
So
on
there's
you, Mum.
some good packs up there.
But anyway,
Yeah, guys, look, thanks for joining us tonight. And yeah, as we said, our heart goes out to the families of the 4
fallen
police
police.
officers that did past this time last year.
And to the
And
Anzacs.
obviously to the Anzac. So look, guys, yeah, have a great week, and don't forget to pay your respects on Sunday.
And in the meantime, keep on
Smoking, grilling,
and
chilling. Thanks,
See you
guys.
guys.
Take care.
Have
Have a
fun.
great week. Bye.